Hi guys and girls, Vicky here from Tales from the Trails, and we are off in somewhere. Where are we? New Austin. Somewhere. I can't remember. So my little camp has been set up over here for half a game day, something like that. Not really that much going on. Got a good supply of provisions going to the trapper crypts even. Just drop some more off here as we do. Don't want to. Hello. Don't want to sell anything just yet because I've got a medium-sized wagon at the minute, which means I can carry about 50 items to the seller. So it's not really worthwhile doing that when there's only like 11, 13, somewhere around there. Can't remember offhand. Anyway, but now it's starting to get a little darker, and if you've noticed at the front of my horse there's a little lantern. As it gets darker it illuminates the ground beneath your horse's feet, and it's really useful even if you're not doing the collector thing, because that's what it's part of. It is useful to have because you can see the way ahead, I guess you could call it. I have leveled up 2 roles fully, and that is the trader and the collector, and you do make a lot of money with the collector as well, assuming you can find Madame herself, because she does travel around the map, and that's the person that you start the collector roll with. So yeah, a lot of squirrels around here. Come here, squirrel. It will get you. That was a skunk. How nice. I'm just near Armadillo, and I've not really played that much in New Austin, but the entirety, well, a lot of Red Dead Redemption 1 was set here, but we ended up in Mexico there as well. And the roles of Armadillo and Tumbleweed are pretty much inverted, but I remember in Red Dead Redemption 1, Armadillo was the big town. Apart from Blackwater, Blackwater was the biggest town. Armadillo, a really thriving, bustling town. No cholera, but I do remember them saying there was an outbreak a few years back, so this will be the outbreak, what they're having. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, and the shopkeeper's the same guy. He is, I don't know how he survives. Hello. Don't grab me. He's a very rude individual, let's put it that way, in the first game. Well, second Red Dead game. Red Dead Redemption 1. Hello, more bounties coming in. And the reason, I mean, the rail network isn't fully developed in this version. In Red Dead Redemption 1 there was a full rail network, and what happened was Tumbleweed it was nowhere near the rail line, the new railway line which got put into it, and it turned to a ghost town. It was pretty much overrun with bandits, and the setup's pretty much the same. I mean, why would it change now? Buildings pretty much are what they were. Well, that's kind of cool. So yeah, what I was going to do. Oh, I was lucky. What I do have, I have a reinforced lasso. Is that the reinforced one? Yeah. Shall we have playtime? You can see the lantern under my horse now as well, which is kind of cool. The mask is part of the Outlaw Pass. I think that's only available till November, but you get to keep everything that you've unlocked, and I will show you that because it is quite interesting. I think I went through the whole 70 levels in like 4 days, so it's not hard to do. Yeah, so level 70 you get a load of stuff, mystery vouchers for future items, and these are the horse masks as well, which people like. Weapon crates, loot, fancy hats, treasure maps, songs for crypts, bandanas, outfits. You don't pay any gold or dollars for these once you've bought the pass. If you don't have the full pass, you've only got the membership, you'll only get the items in the top boxes. It is cool. What we will look at is in the collector. I've not recently, well, I've not long been level 20, which is the maximum one. Looks like you can get a field shovel, which means you can dig up treasure. Horses. Lots of horses. I mean, these skills are really useful. Helps you see treasures better. Buried ones, ones in trees, there's birds' eggs and all sorts. And they do get eaten as well. And it also allows you to increase your satchel carrying, but it's not, you don't go up to 99 like in story mode. I think it's up to 30, something like that. Yeah, so all sorts of really cool things. Anyway, back to it eventually when I get out of all the menus without pressing the right button to get out of it. So let's try the metal detector. I love using this. Best at night, so you can actually see it better, but you can feel it through the controller. Which is always useful. I mean, chances of finding anything like this, pretty remote to be honest, but there are usually some collectibles around towns anyway, so let's just head out behind buildings. Whoops, that would be a people. I think it was the post office. Let's look around here. I know you can't see that much. I mean, Eagle Eye does show up collectibles. It will vibrate on your controller. Your metal detector will vibrate on your controller as well if you can't see the light, because during the daytime it's pretty hard to do. But it spins around as well, which is helpful. And I have noticed if it's slightly to the right, it'll be the right side of the controller which vibrates more. And the closer you get to the object, if I can find any, the quicker your controller vibrates. So it is pretty intuitive, but yeah, I can see it being confusing. I will do a video just on using the metal detector as well. This is just a general... Come on, gotta find something somewhere. Cliff edges, a great way to find them. Beaches, there's quite a few metal boxes by beaches buried. You do need the shovel if you want to dig anything. Let's just... Generally, if you see something on the horizon, like there's a house over there, let's go towards the house. It's usually like a hot spot, like where people were living, they buried it in the garden, or a landmark rock, or a tree. There's a very famous tree out of Red Dead Redemption 1, which usually... Oh, we're vibrating. Can you hear it? Very slowly, so... Let's go into first person mode, so you can see the lantern. It spins, and it flashes. And you got to work out what direction it's in. It's getting quicker. Near the house. Definitely near the house. Let's just get off the horse. It could be quite a distance away. Definitely this direction though. Oop, I've lost it. Problem with jumping over things, you lose your metal detector. Where is it? This direction. It won't be in the house, but we'll have a look in there anyway. While you've got the metal detector out, visible collectibles will not be obtainable. And there we go. You see the bottom right got dig, and it's a solid light. So that means you've got it. Let's have a look what we got. We've got some XP. If you haven't leveled up your role fully, you'll get collector XP as well. Got another coin. Let's have a look at what it is. I've sold most of mine already without a full collection. You get a lot of money from the collector though, you really do. I mean, these are ones I've found before but I don't currently own. The ones with the tick I currently own. They're the ones what I found before, and I've not found these ones before, so. Exit. Loads of different collections as well. Oh, leveled up. Let's have a look at what my new rank is. A Turkmen dark bay coat and a Bulgar holster. Sounds Swedish. Hold the circle button. Right, I'm gonna have a look in this house anyway. Don't think there's anything in there because my controller isn't vibrating. It'll just do that if there's anything nearby. Like I say, I'm not going into great detail with this video. I'm just trying to explain what I'm doing as I'm generally playing. I do have the hunting wagon as well. Still getting to grips with it and trying to figure out the best efficiency with it. It can be quite frustrating. Don't ever take your hunting wagon into water. I'll tell you that for free. It goes bad, you lose everything. I've not even seen a single player with a hunting wagon apart from myself. You call it out from... let me just get to the menu. I'll go into it in more detail anyway. Your vehicles. Owned vehicles. And you got hunting wagon there. You can upgrade it, but only with insurance at the stables. Search this house. I know there's no collectibles in there, like I said, it's not vibrating or anything. Oh god, I'm full of snake oil apparently. Hair stuff. Is that it? Nope. Search cabinet. Take. I've not found anything in fireplaces recently. Ooh, just smash them up. Wasn't anything there anyway. So anyway, I'll just leave here, you know, as you do. Come on, horse. See some nice shiny light. Using the game, mate. Good boy. His name is Vladimir because it begins with K. And he's a Nabstrip, not Nabstrip. Nabstrip's a spotted horse, it's not even in the game. Cladruber. I think they're from Italy actually. And this is another thing which you get from the collector. You can get your horse to pass over herbs so you don't need to get it off your horse. Saves a little bit of time. I find it so useful. Wow. Wow, look at that. This game, it never ceases to amaze me. Get rid of the little menu, there we go. That's incredible, it's like a picture frame. I know it's not real. Whoa. I'm not even sure where the storm is. Probably behind me. It looks so good over there though. Over Armadillo. Looks like. We weren't that far from it anyway. Let's just get the eagle eye. It's over the mountain. Wow. It's over there as well. And over there. Wow. The beastly storm. I'm actually interested in what role people, like you guys, are focusing on. I mean, I started with the trader, because I really wanted the hunting wagon. And then I was like, meh. I am slowly understanding it a bit better. There's not that much to understand about it, but it's function in area. It's like if you go to a really hilly area, you're just going to lose your wagon. If it's really swampy, yeah, it's alright, but just don't go through the water. Stuff like that. And you can carry a lot more large animals and pelts and even birds, all sorts back in it. Just don't put fish in there. You like some of the channel catfish and gars, or what's the other one? Either them. Minky? No? Well, it's something like that, I can't remember offhand. Don't put. You can put it in the wagon, but you can't sell it to crips. So maybe you can take your hunting wagon to the butcher. I've not tried that yet. It's possible. But I had to discard them and it was a waste. Because at the butcher you can sell them for quite a lot actually. You can make a lot of money off the big fish. Oh, there's a collectible down there. If you see that near that cabin. I do have, which again is with the collector perk, these refined binoculars, the specialist. It says dig sites glow. I've not seen that yet, but I've seen it highlight animals and people. Oh yeah, okay. It's essentially eagle eye for your binoculars. So it does work. It does tell you what animals are, and it does highlight them as well. Let me just see if we can find any animals. Can't really see much. Oh, there you go. There's a trail over there. There's a rabbit or something. A rattlesnake. There you go. They're quite useful even for the trappers. So I do find that the collector and the trapper go hand in hand, because when you're out hunting you generally do find a lot of collectibles as well. So I'm just going to head down there eventually. Oops, careful horse. I'm going to head down there and find it. It's not hard to find because look at the rain coming off the roof. Hey dude, stranger. Oh, it's over there. Okay, jump the wall please. Thank you. Is it a dig? It is a dig. Digging is awesome. And the controller is vibrating as well. We've upgraded our perks for the collector, and you get like a second sense, second sense, Jesus. You're just more aware of your surroundings. So we've got a metal hairpin, one of the family heirlooms. Got quite a few of those of the heirlooms. So I've only got one in stock which has the tick, but I've had quite a few of the others already. They've been sold to Madame Nazar. I keep forgetting her name. I think I did cover it briefly. Like I say, I'm not going into too much detail. I'm just going over what I'm doing. She does travel around the map, and finding her is potluck. And if I bring the map up, I've marked all the known locations as markers, the red markers. She does crop up at these areas. There's a lot of stuff going on. Why are there so many strange missions? Wow, okay. And more little side quests open up as well as you progress through the roles. Let me just bring that up again. Progress. Roles. It's like trader. It's the beginning. Here. trader events. So more events do happen. But it's not just that, they do it for the collector as well, I believe. Yep, there. And also probably with the bounty hunter. Yeah. I'm not really into the bounty hunting, but I get some really nice tack out of it. If you like that kind of thing, tack equipment. What's that, a Breton horse? They come in different colours as you unlock it further. I mean, what's that, a tracking arrow pamphlet? That is something what I'm interested in. And it'll also come in handy for the hunting. That's just fancy spinning Eagle Eye Plus. Tracking enemies and stuff. Yeah, anyway, it adds a lot more content to the game. Like these random events, like I followed a dog, I got ambushed, or followed a dog, it found a lockbox. And it had an arrowhead in it, which is kind of cool. There's a lot of people going around though, just killing your horses. It's really annoying. I don't know the horse's name, I think it's just made, well, I think it's made up, but I thought of Vladimir, but then ended up being Cladimir because it's Cladruba? Oh, whatever it is. Let me just go into it. I was thinking of boxing or wrestling or something. Hence the name. Cladruba. Multi-class. And she needs some food. Do I need food? No, I'm overweight, apparently. Day is dawning and my lantern is dimming. Oh, what is that? That is a lizard or some killer monster. I will have you. Ooh, a 3-star. You're coming with me. There you go. Good boy. What's that? Another one, let's run it over. Did we get it? No. I've already unlocked the reinforced lasso. I wonder if we can catch a goat with it. I know you can do it with the normal ones. Is that little church? It is! Right. This church, you ended up doing quite a few missions around this one with in Red Dead Redemption 1 with Seth, and I was recently so convinced that I saw him. You do get little collector missions around graveyards at night with people digging up graves and they ask you to help them. Oh, we're getting a vibrate, that means there's a collectible somewhere. There it is. That was easy. It's a tarot card on top of there. The 5 of Wands. And put it away. I've had quite a few tarot cards. Hold that to view details. I've only got one at the minute. Yeah. That one's in Tumbleweed. I keep finding that one. Tumbleweed. Collection value 200 and something. Don't surprise me. Anyway, let me just get my yeah, buried collectibles won't show, as in they won't vibrate unless you have your metal detector out. And likewise, anything visible above ground, it won't set off the metal detector unless it's metal. So it's always worth like riding around with this, and then eagle eye open sometimes every now and then, see if you can see anything. Assuming you've unlocked the ability, of course. I can't hear any sound, by the way, So if you hear anything going on in the game, I have no clue about it. I've got my microphone plugged directly into the PlayStation because my studio area where I do the vibrate, that's bad, isn't it? The controller is vibrating because it's a collectible. So the metal detector says. Yeah, my studio area is actually pretty much a dumping ground at the minute. I have a 3-inch gap to get to the computer with, well, where the microphone normally is. So I've got it directly in the PlayStation. Having to do it that way for now, and hoping that there's no interference on the audio. It's getting closer. Don't know if you can hear it. Holding the controller up. It's a very directional controller. Oh, here we go, somewhere around here. It's not those plants. Somewhere around here. Where are you? Are you around here? I think you're around here. I don't know. It's definitely around here. Somewhere. Here? Around here? Probably in the middle of that one there. Where are you? Over here. Yep, it's over here somewhere. Yeah? No. It's really hard to tell sometimes. It's nearly... there we are. Found you. You're gonna get an arrowhead, a coin. Got 100 XP. What was that? Lost earring. 200 XP. So you get like the XP for finding the dig box thing, but also XP for finding the item by the look of it. Interesting. The horsey. Pick that for me, horsey. Thank you. Next. Was that it? Birdies. I know what we'll do here. We will get out the binoculars, if we can find it. Ooh, there. See if we can see anything. I see nothing. No, not that much going on. Okay. Very dark cloud above Armadillo. I did find a box in one of these grave holes. Oh, we're vibrating anyway. It's not vibrating now, so put that away. It is vibrating now. There it is. It's in that grave box. Grave box? Coffin, even. What is it? Tarot card? Another tarot card. I found loads of those. 2 of Pentacles? Something. Yeah, put away. Bye bye. We got another one. Anything? It's like 3 ways of finding stuff. It's like eagle eye, metal detector, binoculars. Yeah. And then you get all these skills as well. There's sometimes one on this building here. Is it this building? No, it's not this building. It's one in Tumbleweed I'm thinking of. Anyway, get that back out. And yeah, so